my name is Tanya Whaler, and we're here today on Focus on the Community with Katie Collings and Norma DeLau, and we're talking today about Women's Aware. And I'm going to start with you, Katie, and we're going to talk about what is exactly Women Aware.
We are a small nonprofit agency. We're here to help primarily women, but also low-income men and couples who are struggling financially, and they're trying to increase their earning capacity, trying to just bring greater stability into their home, meet their rent every month, keep their car up to date. It's, just trying to stay apace. So what we do is offer one-on-one problem solving in order to find access to resources that already exist in the community and help them make a plan for their lives so that they really just sort of concentrate on their household and keep abreast of all their bills.
Sounds so good. When was the nonprofit organization established?
Well, it started informally by a group of women who were discovering things on their own and went to share things with each other in 1978. It became more formal as a nonprofit agency the following year, 1979.
Right. Where are you guys exactly located in Sioux City?
We're downtown. We're right across the street from the Martin Luther King Transportation Center. We're in the Commerce Building. We are a two-person office, but we're on the second floor of the Commerce Building near Child Support Recovery.
Wonderful. Who are exactly the people that you target for this Women Aware organization?
Well, a lot of people are in transition. They are either in between jobs, or they have a part-time job that's not adequate. They might be young parents. It might be someone who has just gone through a divorce or separated from the husband or the father of their children. People who are just in turmoil and not really sure how they're going to pay next month's rent. We ourselves don't have the rent. We are not landlords, nor do we have money to pay rent, but we have knowledge about the community so that people know how to get back on their feet.
It's wonderful that the services that you provide to these people are free. And is there like a monthly meeting that you go to? Well,
we do. The origins of Women Aware started with meetings, and people were at that time more willing to meet 2 or 3 times a week, 6 weeks at a go. Now our lives are pretty busy, so once a month, we collaborate with several other agencies. We are starting up with Habitat for Humanity and Mary Aurelia Community House.
Oh, good.
And we will have the meetings at Mary Aurelia. And we have other agencies come and talk to the families about home ownership, about filing for taxes, could be about disciplining your children. And while we have those meetings for the parents, we have some light refreshments, and then we have some child care available on the premises so that they bring their children with them.
That's wonderful. One thing I wanted to ask is, are you funded some way? How are you funded?
Well, through a variety of things. We are United Way of Siouxland member agency. We also write a grant to the Iowans in Transition, which is part of the Iowa Department of Human Rights. And then we do a lot of fundraising.
That sounds wonderful. How may we access just contacting you?
Well, I think probably the best way is for people to call. Our number is 712-258-4174, and we can answer questions over the phone, and then if it needs greater detail, we make an appointment for them to come in.
I visited your website. Maybe mention that.
We do have a website. It's Women Aware, SCIA, SiouxCityIowa.org, and it gives you a little bit of a description of who we are and what we do, and then there's a services page that gives you more details.
So overall, the different categories that women partake in, to be nominated, how do you get nominated?
Well, you're discussing our Women of Excellence, which is our major fundraiser. That's a big part of how we keep our doors open. Women of Excellence is a way for people in the community to nominate a woman that they see as a strong role model. And so there's women pursuing truth, women striving to improve quality of life, women taking risks, and women creating art. So there's an arts aspect to it. Women helping women. Women developing the community, which is a brand new category this year, and also Young Women of Excellence for women between the ages of 22 and 40.
Wow. And we'll be talking with Norma in the second half about the different categories. I'm Tanya Whaler, and we'll be taking a quick break and coming back and talking with Norma about being elected, nominated, and winning the nomination for Women of Excellence of Siouxland, and also seeing her side of being a nominee and being a judge on the committee eventually. Thank you so much, and I hope you come back and join us. Hi, welcome back to Focus on the Community. I'm back with my guests from Women's Aware, Katie Calling and Norma DeLau, and we're going to discuss a little bit more about the Women's of Excellence with Miss Norma. So Miss Norma, tell me a little bit about your nomination and your beautiful globe that you got, and your involvement with Women Aware.
Well, I had heard about Women Aware for a while, especially the Women of Excellence Awards. You know, people here really know about this award, and they get all excited. And so a colleague of mine that worked with me nominated me in the category of Women Pursuing Truth. Actually, I don't think they choose the category right away.
They do, but the judges can change it.
Right. And so then, and then she had to look for letters of references about things that I had been doing in the community, and all that went into the nomination packet.
What kind of things have you done?
Well, at that time I was very involved, and still am, with the immigrant community and issues having to do with immigration and the process to immigrate to this community. So, you know, I'm on a clinic that does free immigration assistance to low-income immigrants.
Wow, that's good.
And so I'm on their board, and so I was doing that. You know, I help them fill out forms and things like that, answer questions, do seminars and presentations throughout the community on immigration issues.
Good. When is the tickets being sold, and when is that all due, and the nomination?
Well, every year, I think this year it's March 25th is the date for the banquet. Tickets are sold from Women Aware, so they can call Women Aware. It's really nice. It's a very fancy dinner. I think women, you know, we all dress up for it. It's a night out, and actually, you know, the nominees are seated with people in the community, and the people that nominated them, maybe their family member, and then somebody from Women Aware will welcome them there to the table. It's very fancy at the convention center. We have a really nice dinner, music. And then they start handing out the awards. They name everybody. Everybody gets named, so that everybody gets recognition, which is really nice. And then they announce the winners in each category. And so that's when we get it's actually a pyramid crystal, and I wish I'd brought it with me. It's very nice.
That sounds great. A wonderful evening. How much are the tickets?
They're $35.
$35. That sounds good. So, I mean, if you're not nominated, and you are not nominating someone, can you still go?
Oh yeah, it's open to the public, and in fact I think a lot of people do go that way that have been involved in it in the past, or you know, some or city officials or people in the community that want to be there to see what, you know, who gets nominated, because it's women from all walks of life, and it's really exciting to see some of these people being recognized for work that perhaps have never been recognized before.
Exactly.
That's wonderful. How did that make you feel when you got nominated, and how did that feel when you actually won?
I was very humbled by the nomination for my worker to say, you know, I want to nominate you, and then having read what it was and everything. So I was not expecting to win, you know, and so that evening they just started reading off whatever somebody, you know, they wrote in, and I had read some of the letters they had written, and it was like, I think they're I think they're reading my letter. So it is very exciting.
Yeah.
It is very exciting. And then, and then the process of choosing who wins is very exciting too, and very difficult,
With you've continued to work with Women Aware. Have you done any other position?
Yeah, last year I was a judge.
Good.
And that was very difficult.
Was
It's
it?
very exciting. You get to read all these stories of all the work that all these women have done, but then to narrow it down to one winner, and sometimes you're thinking, gosh, there are just two people here that you'd really love to honor. And so it's a difficult process, but I think we look at maybe people that perhaps have never been recognized before, where you have somebody that has tons of recognition, and so some of them are women that really need that recognition and have been doing things in the community that that seem like it's not a paid position. It's something that they're just giving rights to women without very little limited income
From their heart.
From the bottom. They're just doing it out of the goodness of their heart, and they actually make a difference. And so it's nice to recognize, to have an award that recognizes those kinds of accomplishments.
And what's really nice is it's all in the National Women's Month.
Right.
Yeah, that was cool to find that out. I was wondering with the different categories. Now, do you win in one person in each particular category, or is it one overall that stands out that receives?
It's one
Katie?
one person in each category.
Okay, that's wonderful. One thing I would like to talk about is the different categories. Maybe back with you, Norma. Tell me, like with your particular category, what entails that category.
Well, my category was women pursuing truth, and I'm not sure. I think it's just from my perspective, and Katie can correct me if I'm wrong. But I think they're looking at somebody, especially being a judge last year. We're looking for somebody that overall encompasses all in her work. It's a giving of herself in different aspects, and not just one role, not just what she does at work, but after, outside of her work with a family as well as community.
That's wonderful.
And that whatever she does, the outcome is, helping and lifting women.
Yep, I think that's very well said.
With the other categories, the criteria for the youth one, it's 24 to 40. Are there any other limitations to the other categories?
Well, women creating art, so you have to be creative in some art. There has to be some involvement of any sort of media or music.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm sorry to cut
No,
you off.
not at all. Thank you.
Thank you so much for both of you being here, and I look forward. I think I will attend this year. This sounds really incredible.
March 25th.
We're going to close, and thank you for joining us with Focus on the Community. With Women Aware, their awards ceremony is March 25th, and call if you need any tickets. Thank you for joining us. I'm Tanya Whaler with Focus on the Community.